Previously on Survivor! Kevin's blind side left a very angry Hannah and Mel on the outs of the tribe, and the two felt they were the next to go. Taylor and Mel met to discuss the last-minute flip, with Mel pointing to a possible alliance between Greg and Autumn, while Greg and Autumn schemed to target Jamie in the next vote. At the challenge, Autumn and Greg found idle clues, while Autumn climbed her way to her second immunity win. Afterwards, Juliana, Taylor, Rachel, and Greg came up with a split vote to guarantee Jamie or Hannah's elimination at the next vote. When Greg left, Rachel pushed Greg and Autumn to the bottom of the alliance as she pulled the two girls aside and pitched a final three deal. Jamie and Hannah met and discussed the power duo of Rachel and Greg, leading Jamie to call a meeting with the game's biggest threats, Rachel, Autumn, and Greg, and exposing Hannah and Mel's ideas, leading the group to discuss a vote on Mel, seeing her as a bigger challenge threat and as a potential holder of an idol. The day of Tribal, Rachel and Greg confirmed the Jamie vote with Hannah and Mel. All seemed on board to target Jamie, but prior to Tribal, Jamie ran the threats plan to Mel, causing her to freak out and propose a vote on Greg. Hannah and Mel scrambled at the last second to gather Jamie, Taylor, and Juliana's vote, but Greg managed to talk Mel off the ledge prior to Tribal Council, promising to write a big star on his vote for Jamie. With minutes till Tribal, Jamie texted Greg asking him to write a big star on his vote, causing Greg to consider playing his idol. At Tribal, he decided against this, and Jamie was eliminated in a 5-2-1 vote. 7 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
Jamie went home. I'm actually really sad about it, but she was so nice about leaving. Like, usually people are like, I hate all of you, like, but she was just like, that was funny, like, okay, bye. So that was nice.
I was like this close to like, really considering playing the idol. I was like 50-50, and that was so tough because like I obviously did not want to go home with one of my pocketeers in a row. Like that would be shitty. I'd feel like a fucking idiot.
I was spinning this whole time. I'm so glad I didn't like do something stupid, which I thought I was going to, and vote Greg. I'm really glad that I talked to him at last second, and like we both talked about voting Jamie.
I've made more relationships. That was my issue last year. Is I had a really good relationship with Allison, and then got a little bit complacent and just almost assumed that people wanted to work with me. And so this season I've kind of taken the opposite approach, and I've been very active with trying to gain new relationships, trying to form new relationships, trying to keep relationships nice and like smoothed over and everything. So I'm hoping that alone will be able to get me to final 6, but if it doesn't, I have some help in my pocket, and you know, if need be, I don't really want to make the same mistake twice, especially because this one's dead after this week. So
I'm happy that people have continued to stick to their word with the Secret Threat Alliance, and I think that I put in like somewhat of a good connection with Hannah and Mel, because they were both kind of frantically calling me today because both of them thought for sure it was going to be them, like one of them.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm voting for Jamie this week. I'm not going for you or Mel.
Wait, so are Greg and Rachel not flipping?
No, she's not. We're going like it's Jamie.
It's Jamie? Are you
That's
serious?
What it seems like. Yeah.
It doesn't make logical sense for Greg and Rachel to do anything other than voting for Jamie, even if they want Mel and I out, because they have the rest of the time to vote Mel and I out, but Jamie will be a bigger threat down the line. So, that I was aware of. I was not aware of the fact that the Shindana girls were gonna split votes for Mel and I, which is just so frustrating because they don't understand how Greg and Rachel work. They don't understand that they should work with me and Mel over Greg and Rachel, and they keep on saying that they'll work with us because Mel and I are very genuine about that, and we actually do want to work with them to get Greg and Rachel out. But they will not do it. They will just keep going back to working with Greg and Rachel to get Mel and I out forever until Greg and Rachel run the whole game. And I don't understand why they don't see that.
Moving forward, I think like STA Alliance is going to start voting together more openly, and I think Mel and Hannah are going to be the next ones to go. After Jamie got voted out, he said that we had voted half of our jury out, and so that means that it's going to be a final 3, which everyone pretty much expected from like, since we merged, everyone was like, okay, it's going to be final 3. Rachel approached me and Juliana about that, just like, hey guys, like throwing that option out there. I mean, it's really early, and like, I don't think anyone's going to like promise anything now. But just like moving forward, you kind of have to have that in the back of your head, like, you know, it's not just gonna be you and one other person, it's gonna be 3 of us.
I've already been putting feelers out for that to try to get like, if the STA is the final 5, then having a final 3 of me, Greg, and somebody would I guess be my first choice. I don't really know yet. But if it's not going to be me and Greg, then I already put in some feelers for it to be me, Juliana, and Taylor.
Knowing that it's the final 3, it scares me because it for certain, like now we know that we have 4 more votes. We have 3 threats still in this game, so something's gotta happen if any of the rest of us want to win.
If we're able to mobilize our strategy, hopefully it would be more of a combination of Taylor, Juliana, Mel, and I. That might be a good mix because I feel like we're all pretty level playing ground, because I can see very strong arguments as to why Greg, Rachel, and Autumn should win, but I'm not so sure about any of the rest of us.
There's only 4 more people to go until the final tribal, which is just insane. That's honestly my only goal, is to just make it there. My other goal is to beat Greg, just because I want to be the last returning player standing.
Yeah, so Autumn next would actually be quite the bonus, because then we could keep the 2 alliances like we've been doing this whole time. But if not, and they're not down for that, then Mel or Hannah would be next.
Looking at the clue again, slept on it and stuff, and it might have hit me. I've got some ideas now. So 18 is not spelled out, it's in numbers. 18th Avenue Library, potentially. That kind of stuck out to me. And then tool and shed, I'm pretty sure means like somewhere by tool shed. Okay. Then look north to the stars. I'm pretty sure that new engineering building or whatever with all the lights are stars, I think. I'm not positive, but I think. So that just hit me. That's where I'm probably gonna look. Like, there's Mendenhall and Smith over there. Checking around, I thought maybe look toward the north was the flag over there with the American flags. It's got stars on it, but there's no platform over here, and there's a lot of discrepancy over what a platform might be. That seems to be the hardest part, is trying to figure out what the platform is.
Mel has that clue. I'm very, very certain that I saw Mel and Jake. So if she found that clue, then she could obviously play it.
Mel, what are you doing?
Me? Well, there's this game on campus, STC. You've probably heard of it.
What's that?
It's Survivor Time and Change, where we play, vote people out that you like, but you don't like because they don't like you and they're trying to vote you out. So you look for idols.
So what's your plan right now?
Well, find this, win tomorrow, vote out whoever the fuck I want, Greg, and then keep on trucking, because I've always wanted to truck.
And then all of the numbers will continue to fall. It makes me think of the numbers by Oxley's. But then I kept looking. Stars could be like the planetarium in Smith Lab. But then I thought, how about the sundial that's on the oval? So basically, that's where I am right now. I'll show you. So it's between University and Thompson. There's this sundial right here.
Oh, this is the Numbers Garden. It's probably like the biggest landmark on North Campus, so...
I found this rock. That's definitely means nothing, but it still is a rock and it says love, JW. 2017. Interesting.
This is the infamous 8 that cost Minimum won season 1. I'm the infamous 8 that caused anyone to go this year. So.
Here it is. And there's this felt. But it's really stuck in there, so it's not there. I don't know, I really thought it was here, which means one of 3 things. Either someone already found it, I'm a terrible looker, or we're looking in the wrong place. Hopefully it's not the first one.
Oh shit. Oh my god. I think this is my buff from switching to old Shanana. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is unreal. This is the key that makes sure that I beat Jake and get past 7. Finding the idol is kind of like, I wanted to find it for so long. Like, I've wanted this security for such a long amount of time, but like, having it, I'm kind of horrified. Like, I don't really know what I should do. I mean, you always hear about like mistakes with the idol, like people going home with it, people telling the wrong people that you have it, people going home because they have it, people see that as a threat. I don't think Greg and Rachel trust us anymore. There was, when Greg and I met before the final vote, he told me that he was gonna star his vote, and then Jamie told me she was gonna vote Greg, and then I was like, yeah, that feels good, because he told me he was gonna star your name on his vote, so like, that's probably better for your game anyway. And then Jamie texted Greg and said, you better star your vote, or you better start your vote really big. And so he started his vote, but he was really horrified because he like knew that I had either told her or that there were actually plans to vote him out. So I don't know that it will be played on myself or like others. I like see the value in using it on other people if I know that that's a number later on. But especially as we get closer, and you can only use it for the last 5. Well, realistically, if they were gunning for Taylor, I would use it on Taylor or Hannah, but well, obviously myself.
There really hasn't been anything crazy that's happened this season. I mean, there's been, you know, a swap and a merge, but that's standard stuff. Like that's nothing new. So I got a little worried that there might be a vote after Tribal today. Just the way it's set up and the times and everything, or there might be a vote after the challenge today. The way it's set up and everything, like, it makes sense.
So I'm thinking that we should probably try to at least get our ducks in a row before the challenge, just in case.
Yeah.
I think it's still better for us to go with STA and take out Hannah.
Yeah, my first choice would be to do a unanimous vote on Autumn, because then we keep both sides. And then my second choice would be to stick with STA and vote out either Mel or Hannah, rather than voting with Mel or Hannah and going against STA and voting out Autumn and like blindsiding them. I don't think that's smart.
I'm very worried that we're not going to have any time. And when there's no time, I feel like the target is big and big and big and big and big and bigger on threats instead of just other players. So I'm worried that it might be me, even though I feel like I have good relationships. So like if I have to vote for Autumn, I don't want to, but if I have to for my game, then I will.
Obviously, like last week or this last vote, we worked with Old Kite. So I don't know if like they would still like work with us, but at the same time, that's not ideal because then we're voting against somebody who we kind of won in the Final Four, Juliana.
Yeah.
And like I'd rather start working with her now and make that groundwork now.
Yeah.
And have to like force it on her later and be like, please.
And I can also tell her like, listen, like, yeah, like if we don't work with them, like, we can easily just throw this out type thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
We can be gone. So I can't make you do something.
Exactly. And like also
if you don't see it like this way, then I can't make you see it.
Like all along I thought like I would eventually flip and work with her, but like when Kevin got voted out, it really just made me think like the numbers here just don't make sense. It's like too many variables, whereas like me, Greg, Autumn, Juliana, and Rachel, like that's a solid 5, and like I feel like that like the numbers are already there. Like we don't have to do anything. We don't have to try and convince people. So voting one of them out would be easier.
So
I'm like conflicted because there's like how many votes left? There's 4 votes left.
4
and
votes
3 giant threats of Greg, Rachel, and Autumn.
I think that Autumn is able to like make both Juliana and Jamie feel like they were like running this game with her.
I think that's part of like her personality, and she's just a very like personal person. Every time you meet with her, you think she's telling the truth. You think like, oh, like she's so like real, and which is like a great thing. She's a great person, but like I feel like she uses that to her advantage by making everyone think that she's their number 2. You know what I mean? Like,
it's gonna be crazy.
Bottom line, craziness. So it's either gonna be Autumn or Greg today. If it goes to vote today.
I mean, like if we have like right now, I think like.
Well, how are we gonna have conversations with them right now?
Well, like, did you ever watch season 1? How they had conversations?
I didn't get that far.
They like literally like were running around whispering in each other's ears.
Okay, we can do that.
I'll be singing the ABCs super loud so
nobody can hear. Yeah.
But I have other news, and like I was kind of conflicted about like talking about it because I feel like there's just so much like I don't know, it could go wrong.
Yeah.
But especially knowing like this vote is like potentially like right after this challenge, like I want you to know like I trust you 100%. Like if like you hear anything, like I want us to be safe. Like I want it to be you, me, and Taylor. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lay it on me.
So, oh my god, I found this.
It's beautiful. Oh my god.
Yeah. So,
how are you planning on using it?
That's why I'm so scared, and I don't know if they were gonna be able to catch wind.
I mean, I don't really care which way it goes this week, so I just wanted to see what your head was at, and it's kind of in your court because it's a bigger move for you to vote out Autumn than it would be for like Greg or I too. Juliana is still being a homie. Down to go with her forever. Taylor I haven't talked to in a while, but she's pretty much gonna do whatever Juliana does.
Getting Autumn out is something that Taylor and I have like talked about, and we weren't sure like what week would be like the smartest to do that, but just with like how like competitive she is in challenges, I think it probably would be safer the earlier we got her out, because there just really is like an unpredictability of like if we were planning on getting her out 1 week and then she wins the challenge, then especially if we got down to the wire and it was like the 5 of us, then that could be like, I don't know, it could be risky. Right now I'm really debating either Mel or Autumn, and both of those are just mainly because of their like threat factor and challenges.
Juliana and I are here, and we have Greg and Taylor on the other line. North and South campus, what a struggle.
If we want to do, we were thinking Mel or Hannah for this, and then we could split the vote if we wanted to. Not that we really think anything. I think they have anything.
We kind of narrowed it more down to Mel or Autumn rather than Mel or Hannah, since we think that Hannah sucks at challenges. We were down to those two. I mean, the middle ground of what we decided and what you decided is Mel, so that's a good option. But yeah, it sounds like you guys were preferencing Mel a little bit and we were preferencing Autumn a little bit, but I personally am 100% okay either way.
Okay, hello everybody. Hello. Long time no see, it's been a day. So, day 70, less than 3 weeks away from finale night. So we got an exciting couple weeks, we had an exciting tribal council, and we got a lot of more exciting things in store. First things first, Autumn, take that back. So, today's challenge is very simple. What you guys will do is you'll each have a station in the area behind me, And then what you will do is on my go, you guys will be balancing a vase at the end of a plank using just your foot. Choose whichever foot you like. You guys will essentially be in a lunge for as long as you can. If your plank wobbles, vase falls, you're out of the challenge. Last person standing will win individual immunity. Guaranteed spot, final 6. I think it's enough to play for. You've all made it this far. Let's make it a little step further, all right? Immunity is back up for grabs. Final person standing, guaranteed spot, the final 6. The rest of you, travel council looming this week. Drivers ready, go! You'll get a 5-second count in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Challenge is on. We'll just sit here as long as we need to go. Here all day. Here for 5 minutes. Shaky on the ends. Rachel and Autumn, very still on the end. Greg has been very still. Autumn drops out of this challenge just like that. We're down to 6. Go here, Chatter.
Excuse me? I'd like to see you, Trevor.
6 people left. What are we, almost 10 minutes in? 4? Really? It's going slow. Feels like it. Are you gonna clean that up? Side, right on the edge of falling out. Rachel has been still as a statue on that. You guys have been at this for almost 14 minutes. Mel's out of this challenge. Mel, you good?
Yeah. Scary. Came at me.
We're down to 5. Hannah, Taylor, Juliana, Greg, and Rachel. Hannah's starting on the end. Taylor's out. We're down to 4. People out.
I know.
Juliana losing her balance. The nice save. You guys have been doing this for 20 minutes. No better way to spend your Sunday afternoon than balancing a $1 vase. You guys have been at this for 25 minutes. Juliana, just like that, 25 minutes is all she'll get. Greg, Rachel, and Hannah. Final 3 of this challenge. Hannah's talking to herself on the end. Other two dead silent. Greg a little bit of movement.
It doesn't Hannah's cursing Gregory now.
What she's doing. I don't know if I like it. 35 minutes in. Hannah with a lot of movement. Hannah, just like that, got this challenge. We're down to Greg and Rachel. All right?
That's our dad.
There's an offer on the table from the vice president of Survivor Time and Change. You want to drop out? She'll pay you $5.
I'm cold. Let's go.
Community or $5?
I'll make you do it right now, though.
Up it a little bit.
I'm cold.
Greg says up it.
$5 and 1 penny.
I'll match dollars.
Greg's starting to move his Rachel moving.
I'm gonna up it to $7.
$7.
And whatever changes on the floor.
$7.21 to the person who drops out.
And the hummus that's in my fridge.
You know me so well.
Greg once again trying to regain his balance. Rachel has been steady, very well. Hasn't moved since the start of this challenge. And just like that, Greg is out of this challenge. Rachel wins individual immunity. That was smooth. Stay where you are. That's what I'm here for. All right, stay where we are. Greg?
Oh, I can't win.
Yeah. In that challenge for about 50 minutes, congratulations on winning your second individual immunity. Guaranteed spot in the final 6. Not going home. For the rest of you, tribal council or one of you will become the 5th person on the jury, the 12th person voted out of this game. Now, there ain't a lot of speculation about what's this guy gonna pull in his last season. You thought it was gonna be something on last night. No, we wanted to wait till today. So, ladies, Greg, from here, we are going to go straight into the tribal council ceremony. No discussion, no strategy. You've been in this game for 70 days. Today, the relationships that you formed will bring you to the final 6. One of you will become the 5th member of the jury. With the rest of you moving on past day 70 into the final 6. So, we're gonna go straight into that tribal council from here. Let's get on over, all right?
And I'm not sure what Hannah and Mel are going to be doing, and I don't think we've officially locked down. I'm not exactly sure, so this is really going to definitely be a curveball.
So, yeah, we can't talk to each other right now, I guess, which sucks. I don't understand why. Like, how are we supposed to know? I don't know. This is a scary vote, though, because, like, now we're going to have to vote on Hannah or Mel, and then Greg and Rachel, like, that's obviously going to expose the STA. But at this point, like, I guess who really cares? Final 6, dang! I'm really excited. I didn't think I was gonna make it this far. I don't know why this is just like hitting me now. I'm just really happy.
I think I'm gonna vote Mel out, which I feel really bad because she's a super sweet person, and like we've been like meeting a lot and working together. But I just don't think if I voted with them, I don't know if they'd have the numbers for it, and Juliana would not be convinced, and they would autumn, so that really wouldn't work.
If the STA is gonna be exposed, is it really that bad to just be like, yo, you 3 vote and you 2 vote Mel? Like, they're gonna go home either way. Like, why don't we just be straight up about it and be like, hey, do this? Like, does it really have to be all that secretive and stuff? I don't really know.
The last thing we said was to do a split between Mel and Hannah. I still kind of want it to be Autumn though, and I think Juliana does too. So maybe we could scramble a little bit more and get an Autumn vote.
I don't know what the game plan is. I think Mel told Taylor that we were gonna vote for Greg, but Autumn's also an option, so I don't know what's going on. I don't want it to be me, but I feel like it could be me. I got the most votes other than Jamie last night. So there's a very good possibility that it's me. So I don't know. I'm getting antsy.
Kind of having the idol adds a different layer to it because like I definitely don't want to go home with one in my pocket, but I don't want to really play it stupid either. So it's gonna be tough.
There's no way that this doesn't turn into a scramble.
Coming in, guys. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Greg.
Welcome to your surprise travel council. Everyone looks so happy to be here. The jury decorated the room for you. They came ready to go.
Surprise.
They're happy to be here. Jamie, joining the jury yesterday. Jamie, how's your day off been?
You know, great. Honestly, I'm on cloud nine. As soon as I found out this was happening and I found out all the secrets, I thought it was hilarious.
She even brought the, what is it?
I have some Welch's sparkling grape juice for everyone to share. Someone can have some later.
All right, well, she's got enough to share for one more. We're about to find out who that's going to be. So, today was an interesting day. We've had a lot of speculation about when something like this was going to be pulled. I know there's been discussion about it, right? Because we've all seen season 1. We pulled this the final 6 right after spring break. We have to get through 4 votes in 20 days, guys. This is one of the ways that we're going to get it done. So, with that being said, Rachel, obviously a big day for you. You're not panicking about it being you. And that's got to feel really good, especially coming into a tribal council where no discussion was had specifically about, I know there's a vote today, this is what we're going to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good time to have the necklace. That doesn't mean I'm not nervous for what I want to happen, but I'm comfortable about myself, which is sweet.
All right, Greg, you went head to head with her for quite a while. You guys were at that for almost 50 minutes, right? How did it feel to come up short knowing that, like, right afterwards, looking back, girl, we want it right now, right?
Oh, I definitely want it. And, you know, back in the day, me and my friends in the neighborhood, we did that kind of stuff all the time. So I wanted to show the youngins like how it's done, and she got me. She got me on this one, so I am a bit nervous, and I wish I could have won it, but, you know, it's just a different generation these days.
Still find a way to smile after all.
You know, there's gotta be some kind of stress relief. Come on.
Well, so Autumn obviously dropped out of that challenge very early on, right? So how frustrating was it for you to lose that chance so early on and watch these people go on for almost 50 minutes?
It's very frustrating just because I'm a very competitive person, so that was frustrating that I did the worst out of everybody. Like, even after I dropped out, they still went for like another 10 minutes before anyone else dropped out, so that was just embarrassing. But, sorry, I'm distracted. So, yeah, I just want to be done answering that question.
So obviously with the tribal council and no discussions had, we've talked a lot about like alliances and what's down the road, voting blocks, things like that. Well, did anyone discuss this as a possibility? Is there any plan that anyone had? Just by a show of hands. You don't have to tell me what it is, but does anyone have any idea what they're doing today?
I do.
Autumn knows what she's doing.
I think.
No one else?
I think
So let's talk about that, right? So,
what are you?
yeah, she said it, right? If you want to, like, here's the thing. We can structure this in a couple ways. You guys want to have an open forum, make some cases for yourself. You think you're in trouble, now's the time to talk about it. However, we have a very, very strict timeline. Someone is going home tonight. Someone will be joining the jury. So, Taylor, you were in an endurance challenge, kind of just like this earlier, right?
Yeah.
And to drop out as early as you did, was it frustrating to know that you didn't perform up to your potential in this?
Yeah, when you like explained the challenge, I was like, oh, like I kind of just won one like this will be good. And then I did not do so well. I got out third, I think. So that really sucked. But yeah, it would be nice to have a necklace.
It would be nice to have a necklace. Hannah, you look very. Hannah looks like she's on an island over here. How are you feeling? What's the vibe?
I don't know.
That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
I'll let the whispers go for a little bit. I love this. I love this. This is the first time this whole entire season where we've had a tribal council where the decision is being made as we go. So, you guys worked with each other for 70 days. I'm gonna let this happen. Here's what we're gonna do. I don't need to bore you with questions, because it's obviously not what you guys want. What we're gonna do, I did this in season 1, we're gonna do it once again. What's fair? 5?
That'll be good.
A decision is gonna be made in 5 minutes, and 5 minutes all whispers stop, the discussion stop, and I won't bore you with the questions anymore, but you have 5 minutes starting now. Go.
Okay.
That guy who thinks that. Sure. I can watch it.
This is great.
How are you guys feeling over here? Fun to watch?
I'm so entertained.
I'm really interested to see what happens. I really don't know.
We were in here talking about what we thought was going to happen. Who knows?
Yeah.
Worth the wait. Waited an hour for it, jeez.
Yeah, we did.
It's some jury bonding.
Do you think your decision's made? Yeah, you're pretty chill over there. Just gave me like a stink face. Looks like a decision's been made. Didn't even need all that time. So, we're going to use this time to debrief for a little bit. Take a little bit and we'll get right into the vote. It's obviously very stressful. It's what you guys signed up for. You want to make it the final 6, you got to make it through the stressful moments in front of your jury. These kinds of the moves are the ones that win the game, right? You survive nights like tonight, that wins the game. So, Juliana, what was it like to have that kind of chaos in tribal, something we really haven't had before?
It was just, I think everyone here kind of like, you have to like hear everyone's opinions and then take some time for yourself to like stew and like kind of really get those ideas like cooking and see what you think is going to be best down the line, but like we did not have that time, so that was stressful.
Mel, was this time helpful, or are you just more stressed than you were when you came into the room?
I guess I don't know. I was trying like couldn't even follow what everybody else was doing, but yeah, I guess it was helpful. You had to say a name, and you didn't. None of us gave you a plan. Like you did something.
Yeah, very quiet over there.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think that it's natural to have paranoia, but it's harder to figure out what's actually going on when you're just running around the room. So.
My question to all of you then, with the exception of Rachel, obviously, how many of you in those discussions, eavesdropping into maybe other people's discussions, heard their name? Mel?
No, it was said.
Greg? Is that scary to know that like a decision could be made right here, right now that could cost you the game the way that it cost these 4?
No, feel free. we all came here wanting to get voted out. So when you hear your name, then it's the best feeling, especially in a setting like this.
Rachel's just chilling in the back, fine.
I am chilling, it's freezing here.
The general vibe of the room is that in that 3 or so minutes that we gave you guys, a decision has been reached by all 7 of you. Some of you may end up on the wrong side of that decision. Some may end up on the right side. I think it's about time we find out who those people are going to be. Okay? Rachel is the only one who's immune. Do not vote for her. Everyone else is fair game. That being said, we'll get right to the vote. Hannah, you're up.
I had a terrible feeling about this. I feel like everyone was lying to me. I know that Taylor was lying to me because she was smiling while she was talking to me. I think this might be my day.
Please be something, no, nothing. Come on, guys. Throw me a bone.
Fuck. Okay. I trust Taylor, trust Hannah, trust myself. This sucks. This is the worst week to get an idol because I don't know how to play it.
I think we waited long enough. Let me get the votes. 4 votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity item you'd like to play, now would be the time to do so. Yeah, I got you.
So, this is only good till Final 7 anyway, so it's foolish for me to not play it, right? To anybody I didn't tell, which is everybody, I kept this a complete secret, I'm sorry. But I didn't want it to be used against me, so there is my idol. I'll make it box though.
The rules of Survivor state that if someone plays a hidden immunity idol, all votes cast for that person will not count. The person with the next highest amount of votes will go home. Greg, this is a hidden immunity idol. All votes for Greg will not count. That, I'll read the votes. First vote is Mel. Autumn. 1 vote Mel, 1 vote Autumn. Autumn. That's 2 votes Autumn. Autumn. That's 3 votes Autumn, 1 vote Mel. The 12th person voted Autumn's Forever Time and Change, and the 5th member of our jury. Autumn is 4 tonight. It's enough. Send them outside. Drive slow. Juliana, Taylor, Greg, Rachel, Hannah, Mel. Final 6 of this game. You guys have made it 70 days. In just 20 days, one of you is the winner. You made it through what will most likely be the most stressful night in this game. There's still a lot more game to play. 3 more of you will be joining Autumn and the rest of the jury to decide that winner. So, with that, take some time, breathe, and let's enjoy these last 20 days. You guys can head on out.
Relieved it's over. I am a little sad that I was not the last returning player. Thing that hurt the worst was probably just Greg not telling me. And I don't know, it's just like you're friends with people, so that sucks. And no hard feelings about it, just a game.
Pretty much the vibe that I got from everybody is that it's autumn. So that's too bad. Not entirely what I wanted to do. I mean, I can do it and that's fine, but kind of sucks. The end of an era. Here's a vote for autumn. I guess in a way, I couldn't do it last season and I'm doing it now, but I wanted to do it more last season than I want to do it now, so that's kind of sad. So yeah, I'm sorry that I have to do this.
The thing that I was most afraid about coming into season 3 was not having as good of a game. Like, I don't know, just like kind of like ruining everything that I did from the 2nd season. I'm proud of how I played this season. I think that last season it just got like a little hard with Steph, and this season I really wanted to make sure that I had someone's back. That person was Greg. So, sorry. Okay. Just good luck to everyone left in the game, because you did something right for me at this part.